Welcome to 5-Star Guns and Gear. We're going to show you the Orcair AR500 target. It is a pop-up target, and we're going to test it with 9mm, 223, maybe some 22 long rifle, and we might actually see if it can hold up to a 300 PRC. So let's go ahead and see what it'll do with the pistol first, and then we'll try out the other rounds. All right, we're going to shoot 9mm first. Okay, that's 9mm. Did great. Did good. There's no indentions on that plate, and that was about maybe 7 yards, so that's a short distance. Did really good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and shoot 223 100 yards at the Orcair target, and I'll try to see if I can get some trigger cam footage. It's kind of iffy because it's going in and out on me for some reason, but we'll see what we can do. If I've got it, you'll see both of them on the screen. I heard it impact a couple of times. This scope is not 100% on, and we'll go take a look at it in a minute. I don't think it did any damage, but before we go any further, we'll switch over and just shoot it with the 300 PRC and see how it handles the 300 PRC, which is a Magnum round. So, all right, got a couple of these little bolts that are a little bit loose here. Not going to worry about that, but we're just going to put a little paint, that way you know we're fixing to hit it with the 300 PRC. All right, got one final test for this Orcair target, and this is not what this target is rated for, but we're going to go all out and we're going to go ahead and shoot it with a 300 PRC. There you go, right there. 225 grain ALD match from Hornady, and it's $4 a round. So hopefully we can hit this on our first go. Let me get a bag over here. It has just a little bit of recoil, and we're only shooting it at 100 yards, so gun's on safe. Got my turrets back to 100 on this gun. Definitely be wearing ear protection on this. I'm gonna see if we can get this also with the trigger cam on here. We'll see if it records. If so, you'll be able to see the shot. This has a lot of recoil, so we're just gonna have to see. right, about to shoot. Well, I had no doubt what was going to happen. Had no doubt what was going to happen. It definitely flipped that target backwards, I guarantee you. I don't know if it broke it, if it did any damage, but we wanted to see how much impact it could take with what we had. Bolts out, we're going to walk down there and we're going to take a look together and see what we got. All right, let's walk down here and we're going to see how much smackdown that 300 PRC put on this Orcair target. And it could have damaged the base. It could have destroyed the target. But I went ahead and wanted to use a Magnum on it at 100 yards, which is extremely close range for that gun, and see what happened. And we're gonna see exactly how it fared. All right. Okay, here's the target. Now it did put a dent in it, I can tell you that. You can actually see this is the back side. It's dented just slightly. See if I can get that on camera. Not very much, but that's where she impacted. About where I was aiming, center. It did not go through. The target's still fine. This target's still operational. I would not recommend shooting it with the 300 PRC at 100 yards numerous times. But I would say if you have a 308 or below, 223, you are going to be absolutely 100% fine shooting this target. You saw 9mm had at close range, did nothing to it. The 223 did nothing to it. And I can assure you the 308 is going to probably be just fine for this target as well. We're talking, I just shot this with a extremely high power Magnum round at 100 yards, and it did not penetrate. I did expect it to damage it, and it did damage it, but it is still 100%. It still is 100% usable. Okay, we went ahead and brought the Orcair target in about 50 yards. We shot it with the 300 PRC. That was freaking awesome. We're gonna shoot a little bit more with the 223 at a closer range. I'm bringing it in to 50. That way it's got more energy when it hits it, just to see how it's gonna hold up. And let's run this 223 and see how it goes. I didn't have a really good, okay, I went ahead and ran a few rounds down there, as you can see. We're gonna go take a look at the target. It's hitting a little low right, but that's okay. We can see what it did to the target, but it started spinning. I just didn't have it planted in the ground real good. Again, this is just real fast, just going out here, putting some bricks on it just to kind of help hold it down, and with that impact it was spinning. It's the target spun. That's not the fault of the target, that's the fault of me not making it stationary enough. You could weight them down a little bit better, or actually stake them down to the ground would be the best way to do it. Would be another option, but it worked for what we needed to for testing purposes. Let's go down there, take a look at it, and see how it did at 50 yards with the 223. All right, I'm not expecting a whole lot of damage. We'll see. We're not talking about what we did a while ago with the 300 PRC. Again, guys, that 300 PRC, this is not designed for Magnum rounds like that. But I just want to show you and test firsthand to see if it'd hold up to it, and it did. And here we go. Here's our impacts. Has a little bit of deviation, but on the back side, it's not coned out. It knocked a little paint off, just the energy and stuff knocked a little bit of paint off the back, but it is not even going through or anything. So this is holding up to 223 just fine, even at close range. It held up to that 300 PRC. I knew it wasn't going to go through. I knew we wasn't going to have any problems, but I wanted to see how much damage we could get out at a closer range. And really, that's not too bad. I mean, it's holding up fairly well.